Our guest is back online. We're going to check back in with him, renowned heart surgeon and author, Dr. Stephen Gundry. Good morning, Dr. Stephen.
Hey, good to be back, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So let's just go back to, if you could just quickly tell us again why heart disease, the silent killer, as you call it, is still so common.
Yeah, unfortunately, heart disease was getting better and better and better from about 1950 to 1995. We were making great strides. And since 1995, unfortunately, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Now, despite all of our advances, why is that? Well, quite honestly now, 42% of Americans are now officially obese, and over 80% of Americans are either diabetic or pre-diabetic. What that means is, simplistically, Hippocrates said 2,500 years ago, all disease begins in the gut, and he was right. And as I've said in all my books, fat in your gut, you're out of luck. And most of us are walking around unbeknownst with producing heart disease just because we have a gut.
Whoa, that's alarming. Okay,
Yeah.
So along the way, you've been able to pinpoint some surprising hacks to protect heart health. Can you talk about those for a second? Actually, let's start with nuts.
Yeah, let's start with nuts.
Yeah.
So there's some really great studies, large population studies, of asking people with known heart disease to have a handful of walnuts or pistachios a day, and they had dramatic reductions in new events, new angina, new heart attacks, compared to people who ate a low-fat diet. So get yourself a handful of nuts. My preference is walnuts or pistachios.
Doug is taking notes. We're all going to go run out and get our handful of walnuts a day. Now, talk about taking shots. You say that can also improve heart health, and we're not talking about vodka. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not talking about vodka shots.
About
I'm sorry. Believe it or not, a shot of olive oil a day, extra virgin organic olive oil, in studies, again, of humans with heart disease, showed it dramatically reduced the chance of a new heart attack or even having me operate on them. So take a shot of olive oil, or whenever you can get olive oil in your food, do it. Bring it to the table. Pour it on your vegetables. Pour it on your steak. You'll love it that way.
Man, doctor, keep going. I hear that cheese is good for you now.
You betcha, but not just any cheese. In fact, a really fascinating, interesting study out of Norway showed that the more dairy people ate or the more butter they ate, the worse their heart disease got, except the more cheese people ate, particularly goat or sheep cheeses or aged cheeses like Parmesan, the better their heart health got. Who knew?
Oh, wow.
And we're not talking nachos and corn chips.
Yeah, not that kind of cheese. Oh, no corn chips. Okay. Sorry, Kirk, for your corn chip day. All right, this next tip is not amazing if you are maybe dating, but popping a whole clove of garlic is something. And then also, on the strong breath note, brushing your teeth is related to heart health. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, so it turns out that there's a compound in raw garlic called allicin, which has been shown to dramatically prevent heart disease, coronary artery disease. The problem is if you cook garlic, that's inactivated. But you can swallow a clove whole, grease it up with olive oil and swallow it. That's an easy way to do it. The other way is aged garlic extracts actually will do the same thing, and you won't get that breath. Finally, toothbrushing. Believe it or not, there's substantial evidence that heart disease begins in the mouth and gums. So if your dentist tells you you got gum disease or you've got deep pockets, believe it or not, bacteria out of your mouth get into your bloodstream and begin to affect the blood vessels in your heart. So heart health begins with mouth health.
Incredible. Great tips. Oh my gosh. We really thank you for being with us. For more from Dr. Gundry, you can check out the Dr. Gundry podcast or head to gundrymd.com.
I'm hearing olive oil, Parmesan, garlic. I'm now thanking my mom for my Italian roots. And my healthy heart.
Yeah, we thank him for those tips.